Hi, Ken Madden here with Goldstrike. Welcome to our video installation series. Today we'll be showing you how to install the rear fender extension kit and the filler panels. So these little filler panels right here, they fill that gap in between the fender and the saddlebag and keep dirt and debris from spreading around the back. If you have a trailer, like this particular bike does, the fender extension comes down and even has an area to cut out to fit over your hitch, but while still giving you the protection. So I'll show you how to do all that, and we'll get that going right away. It's a pretty simple installation. I think you'll enjoy it. Taking the fender off is very simple. There's a screw here and screw here, like I mentioned, and all you need is a 5mm Allen wrench. Put it up there. You'll have two of these that'll come out. Just a little shoulder bolt. One there and one there. Just the second one. Once you've got the screws out, just give this a pull on the bottom. It pops out just like so. Pull it out. And there's a plug on the back side. It is right there. This is your license plate light plug. Flip it around so you can see it. Very simple. Here's the kit for the rear fender extension. This is including the filler strips for the new Goldwings. These filler strips right here simply slide on the side there with some brackets on the side. I'll show you how those go together. This is your mud flap or your fender extension. On the back side of this, you'll see there's some markings where you can cut this out or trim it for in case you have a trailer hitch. The bike that I'm installing it on today does have that trailer hitch, so you get to see that. We have our brackets, all of our hardware. All you need is a 10mm Phillips screwdriver. I like to use pliers and a drill. Let's get this thing going. All right. We're going to get started here by taking this license plate off. Once we get this plate off, there's a notch, a groove, that just, he's lining up on the bottom, that slides on like that. Push it on all the way. They sit on there pretty snug. You just want to make sure you get them pushed all the way where they're supposed to fit. There we go. Now, what we're going to do right here, we're going to mark these holes. I'm going to pull this back off. I've got a drill where those holes are, so I'm going to start with this just so we know where the holes get started. You don't need to do this part, but basically if a drill gets started, we'll do it there. Second mark, third mark. And we have a drill bit here. We'll just drill these out carefully. And we'll do the other side. Be careful not to drill through your fingers. Now you hold drill, just slide these back on. Just like so. And you look back in there and make sure you get your holes lined up. These holes line up right in there nicely. Just inside like that. And we're going to use our bracket here. And this is just a steel bracket that's chrome plated. Use your washer. And these are self-tapping screws that go right in through your hole to the other side. Get them all started. So we'll get these all just started loosely here. There's one, should look like that. Nice and tight. Put our plate on. Get those tightened up, just snug. You don't need to over tighten them, just tighten them up so they're snug. And there you have your filler panels. So it's a great look and they work really well. Now we've got our side filler panels on. Those look good. It's time to install our fender extension. This is relatively simple. We're simply going to take this, we'll pull these little pull darts through these holes, and then we're going to mount this up on the back, mark the holes, drill 4 holes, and attach it. It's pretty simple. So we want to line these darts up with the holes in here, and we'll pull them through with a pair of pliers. To make it easier, I like to hit it with a little lubricant. You know, I'm just using some window cleaner here. I use soapy water or whatever. They'll pull through pretty easy. You just line them up there. I just take a pair of pliers and pull them through. Boop, just like that. Pull it straight through. You'll see when they look like that and all the way through, that's what you're looking for. There you go. You make sure they're fully through, pulled through. It should look like that when you're done. So now we have this here. What we need to do is we take our rear fender, and there's a groove here that fits around this lip, and you want it to match up with these. So we'll slide that on into that groove, just like so. You want to make sure we get that all the way up there. So, give that a little pull, because you don't want a gap on this side. As you can see, it lines up on the ends. We need to mark these 4 holes. So here we go here. And you make sure you're doing that this doesn't slide down. So mark those holes like that. Then we'll use a center punch. I'll mark the center of the holes. So here we go. We'll pull this back off. Now we've got our marks there. So we'll drill 1/4 inch hole. Now we have our 4 holes there. Those will line up with these 4 holes, hopefully. Yes, they do. Again, here, if you want to use a little soapy water or something to get on there, it'll help that slide together a little bit. That side's on. That side's on. I'll slide that all up there so you can see how it slides right up there. Flip it over. Now we've got these screws. We have black washers for the outside and chrome ones for the inside, like that. So put the 4 bolts in. So from the outside, it should look like that. Now he needs a screwdriver and a 10mm wrench. And then you just snug them up. You don't want to over tighten them. There you go. That is installed. Looks cool. So all we have left to do now is reinstall the license plate. I'm also going to put a license plate frame on this one, so you get to see that too. And then next I'll show you how to trim it out on the back side for a trailer hitch. First thing we're going to do is we'll hold this up there. Now you notice on this one I've actually installed a few other parts. You put the license plate back on, it just makes it easier. And we also have our reflector replacement on and our license plate frame. And I've got videos that are separate for those in the links below. So now you can see this is riding on this down here. Up on the top here we've got, well, it looks about 1.5 inches before we get this lowered down to where it needs to be. We've got our notch here. We're going to cut that about the same distance as we were right here, about 1.5 inches. We'll just slice right through it like that. And we'll have to have this off and on a few times here. Just below that bottom line for this particular hitch. Some sit up higher, some sit lower. Yours might vary a little bit. The trick of this is just do a little bit at a time. Now we'll see how close we can get that. We're getting down, we've got to go about the width of the hitch. So 1.5 inches, we can cut that out, and that should do it. Which gets us to about the middle of this notch. So that should get us to fit just in like that. All right. That drops that section out. See the width? Width should be pretty close to right. Now with that, you see we have our notch cut in there. So this should be able to come down over here. And just drop that rubber down over the hitch like that. And then I'll plug in our light here. We've got to cut a little bit more. So we need a little bit more to get that to fit in there just right. So I'll try this fit here. See how this works. As that installs in there. Slide that in just to get it out of the way. Put that in like that. I think one more trim and we'll be there. We're just about got it. So now as you can see, we've got this all trimmed down here. This all fits in nice. It's snapped in place. Light's plugged in. So all we got to do left is put these last 2 screws back in, and we're ready to go. So here's our final installation here. That's a nice clean look. We've got our fender extension right there and our fillers. Now we've got some protection for your trailer or just to keep the back of your bike clean. It can be used with or without this extension, so you have choices there. We've got our license plate frame and our reflector light here too, and hope you like what you saw. If you want to see some more videos, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll have links to everything else below. Thanks for watching.